News out of Washington, D.C. Tomorrow, Wednesday at 10 a.m., a new ATF nominee, Steve Dettelbach, will be coming before the United States Senate Judiciary Committee. Major showdown battle that we have been telling y'all about all across the country. This has huge implications at the ATF, huge implications for sleepy Joe Biden's new executive orders attacking our Second Amendment rights. Get on there. Let us know where y'all are watching from. My name is Patrick Parsons, Executive Vice President of the American Firearms Association, alongside my colleagues Aaron, Ben, and Chris Dorr. Guys, we are talking about Steve Dettelbach, nominated by Joe Biden last April, or I guess about 6 weeks ago. And we need to defeat him. Let us know where you're watching from, guys. StopDettelbach.com. I'm going to throw it over to Aaron right now. What are the consequences of Dettelbach's nomination, Aaron? What could happen? He is the henchman for the radical left and for Biden to implement his executive order. So why don't you go down the list for everybody with the executive orders that they want Dettelbach to implement?
Yeah, I'm just going to reinforce those who are getting on right now. The crowd is going huge as we speak right now. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. is the start of the official Judiciary Committee hearings in the Senate on Dettelbach. And this is moving forward now. They're using the Buffalo shootings as part of their moral authority now to try to advance this guy's agenda. So, I mean, Steve Dettelbach is being chosen for one purpose, and that is to run the henchman, to run the enforcement arm of Joe Biden's war on gun owners. The guy can't pass gun control right now in the Senate. Instead, it's all being done by executive order. They're bypassing Congress. They're bypassing the people. And it's all being done by executive order. And they need the ATF to go around and crack down on law-abiding gunners because of that, these executive orders. The first thing they want to do with these EOs is to mandate that you have an that your upper receiver has a serial number. Everybody who builds AR-15s or has any kind of firearm for that matter knows the lower receiver has a serial number. That is the actual firearm. They're going to change that now and call the upper receiver the exact same thing, tracking all these different parts of your guns. That's number one. Number two, if you have an 80% lower receiver, a homemade firearm, if there's no number on that gun, anytime a gunsmith works on that firearm, he has to serialize it and give it into Joe Biden's database to track you for the rest of your life. And as we all know, that's why we have 80%ers in the first place.
Exactly.
Because there's no damn serial number. That's the whole point. We could talk about how they're good for hobbyists. People like to build guns in their own house. Look, that's all true. The real reason is very simple. There's no numbers on them. Biden can't track them. That's why we love them. That's going to be largely done away with these EOs. They're also making a big push to force gun dealers to surrender all of their records to the ATF forever going forward. We always hear these lies about, well, they don't really track this and they don't track that, and only an investigation here, only in a certain, with a warrant there. That's all BS. That's all crap. And they're working rapidly to put all these gun dealers' data into the ATF database to track every transaction, not just going forward, but going backward for what could be decades. We had, who was it, guys? Mark McCloskey on here recently. And Mark was saying the AR-15 he used in his self-defense situation a year and a half ago in Missouri, he bought it 30 years ago. But they had that transaction in the ATF database. They're making it faster and easier to do that going forward. And it's just a lot more things. But all of this is coming via executive order. This is not past Congress. There's never been a vote by the people. They don't care. And Dettelbach is their guy to enforce this agenda and put us law-abiding gunners in prison, period.
I think it's ironically not funny when you think about it. People think that people like Dettelbach are chosen because of some great criteria, some, astute education, graduated from Harvard or something like that. And he's the man for the job, the man with experience. It's like these people are all handpicked by their by their friendships and their associations and the people they're in bed with and the people they're paid off by and the people who own them. These are the people who put people like Steve Dettelbach forward. It's a guarantee. If the guy never spoke a word about guns or the Second Amendment or the American people, it's a guarantee this guy is an absolute sleazebag, because you don't get to be the ATF nominee by being anything other than a total swamp creature, lifetime bureaucrat loser. And that's why no matter what happens here, we have to oppose Dettelbach. I mean, look at this. There's a picture of him with Obama. There's a picture of him with Kamala. And these are horrible people. They hate our Second Amendment. They hate our country, quite frankly. And that's why you guys need to fire off that email. Tell your U.S. senators to vote no on Dettelbach. When did you say the hearing was, Chris?
It's tomorrow at 10 a.m. 23
Tomorrow,
hours.
tomorrow at 10 a.m. So I don't know. There's not a lot of other organizations talking about this. We're not hearing much from many people, but this is our chance. Everybody piled on to David Chipman. Okay. But if we're going to stop Dettelbach, the same thing has to happen. We all have to pile on. We all have to make our voices heard, as they say. We all have to tell our U.S. senators to oppose Dettelbach, especially the Judiciary Committee. So yeah, take that image that just got put up there, stopdettelbach.com. Screen grab that if you need to learn how to spell that weirdo's last name. Go to that website, shoot off your email telling your senators to oppose Dettelbach.
Yeah. Hey, guys, if you're not yet a member of the American Firearms Association, join up today. After you've signed your Stop Dettelbach petition, head on over to joinafa.org, joinafa.org. Hop on board, become a member of the American Firearms Association today. Big time growth here at the organization. And we'd love to have you all on board. $35 a year, less than 10 cents a day, guys. Get in the fight. We are growing the organization, growing our grassroots army across the country. They're calling, they're emailing, they're texting. They're becoming these great confrontational politics activists, many of whom have been doing that at the state level. We got to take it to the national level, guys, there, because there's a real void there. If you are that type of activist, we want you on our team. So join up at joinafa.org. In fact, a few members, let me read a couple names off, have already come in this morning. Early in the show, we've got Aaron in Friona, Texas. Hey, Aaron, how are you, my friend? Another Aaron in Roseville, Michigan. A couple guys already in this morning.
2 Aarons in a row.
2 Aarons in a row. And make it happen, guys. Again, Steve Dettelbach hearing tomorrow. If you don't know who he is, we've been screaming his name for a long time. He is a rabid anti-gun swamp monster ATF nominee that Biden has nominated, and we need to defeat him. And we need y'all to take action by signing your petition, making calls, sending emails, getting involved in the fight. Chris, this guy is from Ohio, this Dettelbach guy. He's run for attorney general there. He was an Obama nominee. What more do you know about this guy? I mean, his profile. Just fill listeners in here.
You know, I don't have a lot of like backstory on that, because that was a little bit before we got started with Ohio gun owners. But you know, I will say that he lost to Dave Yost. You know, so he's already a born loser. Dave Yost obviously is the current attorney general in Ohio. But I just kind of want to restate the obvious for everybody and why we need to shut this down so hard. This is why we were all opposed to Chipman, because I think Ben was talking about this just a minute ago. There's no qualifications for the job that these people have. They are being selected because they are willing to say and do whatever the radical left is telling them to do. So this guy is being picked simply because he will go there and do the job that they want him to do. And specifically, that job is enforcing executive orders that the corrupt Biden administration will put out, and he will sit there and he will direct the ATF to enforce these things, even though an AR-15 ban or a national red flag, or I guess it would be more firearms related, but AR-15 bans, 30-round magazine bans. He can start enforcing this stuff without those ever being passed through Congress. Of course, everybody, including us, would file lawsuits immediately. But this guy is being picked because he will direct these entities to go and actually enforce those gun control executive orders, even though they're unconstitutional. So this guy's willingness to break the law, to violate the Constitution, is specifically why this dumbass is being picked for this position. So we need to fight against this. I feel like there's this, the weather's getting better. Everybody's coming out of the long, cold winter and everything. People feel upbeat.
The winter of death.
And the winter of death, according to dumbass Biden.
Monkeypox. Don't forget that,
right,
Chris.
Right. What next moral outrage do we have to confront or get angry about? But we need to really hammer on this. We need all the Republicans on this committee to walk out, to not convene the committee, just like they did with Waco David Chipman. There's a lot on the line here, and a lot of us could be in very big trouble if we don't get this thing shut down.
Well, especially because we had the midterms coming up, and I think everyone has this suspicion we're going to see one, maybe both chambers, who knows, of Congress change hands, but that's not going to stop executive orders. On the contrary, it's going to make this creepy old president pull his pen out and sign them faster and faster and faster. He's a deranged, angry, China bought and paid for, vengeful tyrant. And if he can't pass bills in Congress, he's going to sign more of them via executive orders. And that's going to be enforced large part by the ATF. They want to have an absolute, political bloodthirsty killer style guy in there to ram this agenda down our throats, even though it's not ever going to be voted on in the Congress. And again, for those who don't know, this is an 11-11 committee. It's a tie, 11 Republicans, 11 Democrats. The only way that they can advance him through here is if some Republican sides with the Democrats, or multiple or more of them, more than one. If one Republican sides with the radical left and advances him. And, if you look at this committee, we got some good people on here. We got John Kennedy, he's become great over the last couple of years. The guy's hilarious to watch. He's been very strong on guns. Josh Hawley, strong for the most part on guns. But you've also got John Cornyn, Republican from Texas, the lead author of Fix Nick's gun control it passed in 2018. You've got Lindsey Graham. Now, we all loved Lindsey Graham for 10 minutes during Kavanaugh. Even I did. I'm not going to deny it. But the guy took $250,000 from Bloomberg. He's a loud supporter of red flag gun seizure laws.
Yes.
And the guy is absolutely no friend to us. We got Ben Sass, who's just a complete wuss on everything that matters, out of Nebraska. And you've got Tom Tillis, who is a departing Chris, senator, who has nothing left to lose.
Richard Burr.
Oh, okay, Burr, wrong senator. But Tom Tillis has been a long time supporter of red flag gun seizures, and he's supported with universal background checks. So the major items that the White House wants to see enacted via EOs, these guys already back it. So they have to hear from you guys now. We can still stop it because it's an election year and they don't want to get on the wrong side, but they have got to be hearing from gun owners en masse right now.
So please do us a favor, share the video right away. I think, Chris, what you said a couple of minutes ago is 100% correct. It's actually a political strategy for people to count on nice weather, holidays, etc. It's not like an accidental thing that just sort of like, it just happens. Like, the Democrats and the rhinos are sitting there going, okay, we can do stuff this weekend. Like, why is it happening right before Memorial Day? That's not an accident. That's not an accident, right? This is the biggest first holiday of the summer, right? They're doing this stuff intentionally. They're doing it now because everybody's out buying massively inflated hot dogs and potato salad and Busch Light for their parties. But we need to stop this stuff. They're counting on us not being involved because this is summertime. And that's why everybody needs to send their emails. Everybody needs to share this video with your family and your friends. Kill this stuff, kill this nomination, and then go drink your Busch Light. I'm going to.
Yes. Let's win tomorrow, guys. I mean, don't be surprised if we have some Republicans cave. It's just the name of the game here, guys. We are going to be live tomorrow, so mark your calendars. We're going to be live tomorrow. If you're on our email list, you'll hear from us as well, guys. We're going to be live tomorrow, hopefully live streaming this nomination hearing. Our understanding is that they're bookending him with four other nominees on different topics, hoping to diffuse the situation, right? All that stuff. But we're going to be live probably around the same time, 10, 11 o'clock, guys, maybe 10, right about the time the hearing starts. But again, make your voices heard. Become a member of the American Firearms Association after you sign your petition. I'm going to read off a few more members here, guys, that just came in. Randall in Delton, Michigan, is in as a new member of the American Firearms Association. Thanks, Randall. Christopher in Gloversville, New York, is a new member of the American Firearms Association. Thank you, Christopher. We've got Dan in Covington, Georgia. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate it, my friend. Dennis in Walworth, New York, is also in as a new member of the American Firearms Association. Guys, it's easy, it's fast, simple, safe, secure. Chris or Aaron or any of you guys, do you have the t-shirt? Are you guys wearing the t-shirt that we get, or is there a different t-shirt that we're getting out these days? Do you have that, Aaron? If not, it's fine.
Not accessible right now.
I think the new AFA shirt is cooler than the one I'm wearing, quite frankly, and I need to get my hands on one.
I agree with you guys, but
I need one.
Right. When you join, the benefits of joining the American Firearms Association, you're getting your t-shirt, you're getting your membership decal, you'll get your membership card throughout the year, guys. You're going to get your instant grassroots email alerts. You'll have access to all of our podcasts, social media pages, on and on and on and on. $35 a year. That's all we ask so that we can fight this fight for you, especially those of y'all who've been members of ours at the state level across the country, guys. Get on board. We're practicing the same level of confrontational gun rights politics at the national level, which is sorely missing. We love y'all. Let's stop Dettelbach, stopdettelbach.com. Let's win this battle. Let's fight this battle. See y'all tomorrow around 10:30 in the morning Eastern time for another show on Dettelbach. And let's keep up the fight, guys. Talk to y'all soon. Check email frequently for updates, guys, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.